Knicks fam, I just needed to get on and rant and rave a little bit about the game, let off a little bit of steam. Look, I didn't expect to win the game, but I wasn't ready for Hornacek either. That man got me a little bit peeved off tonight. I was already a little upset I was going to miss part of the game. I played my own 30 and over league. We won, by the way. We won by 20. But in the middle of the game, I'm looking at the clock and not the scoreboard. I'm looking at the clock that's on the wall. Like, what time is it? Oh, it's 8 o'clock. It's 8:05. I'm missing some of the game. My man is on the foul line, and I'm thinking about the Knicks. Well, I think we were up 15, 16 points at that time. We won. I did my little thing out there. Got a couple of points, a couple of assists. Could have had a few more assists. Guys missed a couple of open shots, when I set them up. But first game, got to knock the rust off. We're looking forward to having a good season ourselves. When I hightailed out of there, though, I got out of there. A buddy of mine was trying to talk to me. And I was like, hey, man, I got to go. I'm trying to see the Knicks. Got home, turned on the TV, boom. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. I'm like, okay, Frank is probably in the game. Looking at the tube, no Frank. Like, what's going on? Okay, well, maybe he started. So, pull up the NBA app, right? Look down the app, 0 minutes. Wait a minute. Willie, 0 minutes. Dotson, 0 minutes. Like, what's going on? What's happening? So I watched the game. Finally, Frank gets in the game. My daughter's like, oh, there he is, Dad. He's in the game. So he gets in, up and down the court a few times. Gets a little movement. Boom, boom, boom. Pulls up. Air ball. I'm like, okay, he's nervous. He goes to the basket one time. I think it was down the right side from the right wing. Goes to the basket, penetrates in too deep, tries to kick it out. It wasn't a turnover, but they knocked it out of bounds. But it made me think about some games that I watched in his Euro League over in France, and some things that I seen when he played in Brooklyn, when he played the preseason game in Brooklyn. A lot of times he penetrates, but he doesn't look to score. Right? He's penetrating and he's looking to dish. He's got to get more aggressive and look to score when he penetrates. That's going to bring the defense to him, and he's going to be able to dish. But he's got to look to score. Right? He's got to look to score. When he looks to score, it's going to create more opportunities because sometimes he's going to get up there and it's going to be there. Or if they do collapse on him, he may get the and one or get fouled. But if he's always looking to dish it back out, kick it back out, he's going to get some turnovers that way. He's going to make some bad plays that way. He's got to go to the basket looking to score, be aggressive. That's the one thing. I just want him to be more aggressive, looking to get his points sometimes. I did see he's looking to get his pull-up in, but he can get to the basket. I'd like to see him get more aggressive going to the basket. But anyway, he shot another air ball, and then he had a turnover trying to hit the screen and roll, and Hornacek took him out. I understood it. He took him out the game. He's a little bit rattled, right? First game, playing in a revenge game against Melo and Westbrook and PZ13. I get it. I definitely get it. That's a lot for your first game. But he didn't. If the Knicks weren't down by 20, he probably wouldn't have put him back in the game. I mean, in the second half, Tim Hardaway barely came out the game. Porzingis barely came out the game, but you needed him in. Ron Baker, once he got the game, he barely came. I don't think he came out the game once he got in the game in the second half. I just didn't get the rotations. I didn't understand why Frank didn't play more. I didn't understand why Willie didn't play more. I know I said in the last episode that I really like Cantor, and I think Cantor could be an all-star player. Had 10.7 rebounds tonight, but he looked a little funky out there a couple of times. But Willie needs to get 25 to 30 minutes a game. He's a double-double machine. And if you put him on the floor, he's going to produce. He lacks a little bit on the defensive side. I get it. A lot of our players do. But he needs to play. That's how we develop. I know Hornacek maybe is trying to win and, maybe coaching for his job right now. But our young guys got to get some burn. I want to win too. Like I said, I'm not for tanking. But when you're down 20 and you know you're not going to win, you got to play your young guys. I mean, Frank should be getting 20 minutes regardless. So should Willie. Okay, so, that's my rant. I'm upset with Hornacek tonight. Very upset. But we had a bright spot. KP. Porzingis looked really, really good tonight. I know I said last episode I wasn't sure if he could carry the load, but he looked like he could carry the load tonight. He looked like a star out there tonight. 31 points, 12 rebounds. He did something tonight. I hope he can keep it up. I want him to keep it up. I want him to be the man that can carry the load. I want him to be that guy. So, hey, KP did his thing tonight. Big shout out to KP for doing his thing tonight. And we'll look to see what he's going to do next game, see if he can follow it up with the same type of performance. And that's one thing. Let's not get too crazy about this game. We've seen a couple of good things in there. They played some good defense in the first half. A couple of things offensively that they did against real NBA competition. Not just a preseason game where people are trying out, but in a real NBA game. And they didn't look too bad defensively in the first half. In the second half, they still looked okay. Things got away from them with turnovers. I think they had 25 turnovers in the game. That's a lot of turnovers, but that's to be expected, right? That's to be expected. There's a young team. So let's see how they rebound. Let's see what happens in the next game. See how they rebound. See if they come back with a mentality that's like, okay, that happened this game, we're going to improve. So that's something that I'm looking for. So, that's it for me tonight, guys. I just wanted to get on and say something real quick about this game. I will have, after the next couple of games, I'll put out another episode with some full analysis and some video, to go with the analysis and talk a little bit more. But I just wanted to get on and rant a little bit because Hornacek really got me upset. I mean, I was definitely for Hornacek getting the chance to play, to coach without Phil Jackson looking over his shoulder. I was definitely for that chance. I thought he deserved that at least. But I don't think he's the coach for this team. I don't think he's a disciplinarian. I think we need someone like a Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson is a disciplinarian. I think that he will be great for Frank. Given that he's a Hall of Fame point guard, he can really teach Frank how to play the game. And I think he'll demand the respect of the players, and he'll make them play defense. I think he's the perfect coach for this team. And then another coach that I think could really be effective for this team is David Blatt. David Blatt is used to coaching European players. He knows how to put guys in position. He knows how to put European players in the position to win. I'm sure he's familiar with a lot of these guys that's on the team because, he came from European leagues. I think that he'd be a good fit for this team, and he is a defensive-minded coach. That's my stance on it. If I was Scott Perry, I would have told Hornacek after the game, here's some money, catch a bus back to New York, your check will be in the mail. I'm out, y'all. Have a good night.